this is Carrie Frost, Nailpro's fashion editor, and we're at our March cover and fashion spread shoot. And this time we are focusing on a little bit of a vintage feel on location in Calabasas. We're at a beautiful, beautiful mansion in the Mulholland Hills, and we brought Vicki Peters in to do the nails for us. Hi, Vicki.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. It's good to see you.
So I know we have a lot of polish changes during the story. What did you do to the natural nail to help us get through it?
Well, the first thing you guys did for me was pick a perfect model. Her nails were almost flawless, so it was very easy to work with her nails. And what I did was I put a base gel, a soakable base gel on her nail plate. So every time I changed the polish, which made the cleanup way easier, and it also made the polish look extremely smooth, and I could cut out the base coat. So that's why the polish dried so quickly.
Oh, okay.
So I made it very smooth and shiny and easy to work on.
So we picked 5 colors to go with. There was a lime green that we used for the cover, and can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, you know, and it was funny because, you know, our model at first thought, oh, it was a horrible color, and when she got it on her nails, it was really quite beautiful. So I think that the undertone of the colors that they're using are soft. You know, even though they're strong colors like the green that we used, but it wasn't so bold that it was ugly. It was really a beautiful color.
And also we chose a melon tone for one of the looks, which was actually to be a representative of our oranges and peaches and apricots that we're seeing a lot of this season. What do you think is great about a melon tone?
It's a warmer pink is basically what it is. So if you go towards a mauve-y pink, but yet you don't want to do the mauve, and melon kind of fills that gap. So I wear a lot of melon when I wear polish. It
feels very spring. Yeah, and I think it's something that's really great for fingernails and for pedicures. Some colors don't always look as great on pedicures, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I do think that that's one that would look very, very beautiful. And we also had the blue, which in the bottle looked a lot lighter, and then on the nails looked very bright. And well, darker. I guess deeper.
Yeah.
Richer.
Again, I think some of the polish manufacturers are really paying a lot of attention to making sure there's good pigment. And some of these new polishes that are coming out for spring, you could almost, if you're really good at polishing, do 1 coat.
Okay.
You know, some of them you want 2, because then it gives you more depth and color. But all the colors that we chose on this photo shoot, we probably could have gotten away with one coat.
So because we had so many quick changes because of the time constraints, it's almost like being in a salon when you have to go through your customers or your clients rather quickly. So do you have any tips on polishing that helps you turn over your clientele without doing a rush job? Yeah,
when you do a rush job, you end up piling the polish on top of each other and it doesn't have a time to cure in between, and actually will take longer to dry. Again, if you're going to use a base gel, you can eliminate a base coat, which saves time, number 1. Number 2, you want to use a polish that you have good control of. Just like with an acrylic or a gel, you have to have good control. And if you go back and look at the video a little bit, you'll see where when I go to polish the first time, I drop a ball of polish in the center of the nail. And that's for distribution. So it's not all up at the cuticle area and then will flood. The other thing I do too is I drop the polish just below the cuticle and push it up and pull it down, so I'm not flooding the cuticle. And I also use the corners of my flat brush. So the left corner would be the corner of the brush that I would let go down into the nail fold. So I'm not polishing the skin as well.
I noticed after you got through applying the polish that you were actually going over the nails with a brush. What were you doing?
Well, that's an old competition trick that we would do in competition. So you need to find yourself a very high quality number 4 pointed sable brush. And I always have a little dapping dish with a little acetone to the side, and I dip it into the acetone, and I actually wipe most of the acetone off. And then I use the point to go around and clean up any polish that may have touched the skin or underneath. And it has such a precision point to it that you can really get in some really tight spots and clean up the polish, and especially around the cuticle area.
So this is rather than using what a lot of techs would use would be an orange stick with a little bit of cotton. This is, you feel is more precision.
That's archaic these days, yeah, because if you wrap cotton around an orange wood stick, you've got fuzzes no matter what, and you really can't get into tight spots. The same thing with cuticle cleanup pens. You know, unless it's got a really good precise side to it, you just can't get into the tight spots where a good precision brush will let you get right in there and not touch anything else.
Well, they turned out great, and we're so happy to have you back shooting with us.
I know,
it's been a while.
I know, it's like the gang's all here, the family's back together.
And we can't wait to see how it all turns out because we got to see some of it on screen, and it looks amazing.
I know, it definitely was a great fashion shoot, Carrie. I appreciate it.